Okay, here we get into the fun stuff. Lesson 6 deals with chord variations. I'm sure you've seen C7, C6, if you look at any kind of sheet music. What these are, again, is just telling you what interval in the scale to use with a chord to make it sound different. This is why, by the way, I stress to all my students in the beginning, learn those first couple of chapters. The first couple lessons, they make all the difference. That's what everything is about. If you've skipped over them and you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back and do them now, because it's just going to get worse. So anyway, let's first deal with the 7th. This is the only one that's a little confusing. When you see a chord denoted as a 7 chord, say for instance a C7, you would think, well, if I'm counting scales in the intervals in the scale, then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I add that to the chord, I've got this. That sounds nice. That must be it. No, actually, that's, since it's a major chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you see a C major 7, C major 7, C plus 7, that's what that is. The default 7, just C7, is what's known as a dominant 7th, which is a flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's your major 7. A half a step down from there. That's your flat 7. That's your dominant 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half step up 7, and it sounds like this. Okay. Any chord. The easiest way to find this, if you're looking for a 7th in any chord, just take a root, like say in C, go down 2 half steps. 1, 2, there will be your 7. In E, here's the E, go down 2 half steps. Or E, 2 half steps. Or play them both. Play them both. A. Here's your A. Half step. Here's A up here. D. Down a whole step. And so on. G. Down a whole step. Or G. So that should cover the dominant 7th. Between that and what's in the book, you shouldn't have any problem there. All the other intervals are pretty much the same thing. If you want, say if you want to play a C second or C2, what's the second interval? C is 1, D is 2. So put a D in there somewhere. Say we got a C, it looks like this. And you could play it that. Or you could play it, as you see, there's your D. There's no rule that says you have to do one way or the other. It really is called voicing. You voice the chord to sound like what you want it to sound like. If you want it to sound like this, then that's how you play it. If you want this, if this works better for you, for whatever you're trying to do. Okay, say we want to play a 4th. Here's one that's a little bit different. A 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of dissonant sounding. Say if I did it like this. Now that would be a C 4th. You'll often see C sus 4, which I believe really means suspended. A lot of people call it C sus 4, which actually means suspended, but a lot of times you'll hear people just call it C sus 4. 4th means you don't use the E, or the 3rd, use the third. Depending on how you voice it, it could be, it could work. Using half steps, when you spread them out, it's kind of a funny phenomenon. Sometimes they actually do work. But anyway, a fourth would be, adding the fourth to the chord. A suspended fourth would be substituting the 4 for the 3. So say on an A, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you could play it 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you're playing a fourth. Here you're playing a suspended fourth, because you've eliminated the third. Here's the third. This way, you're using the third and the fourth. Big difference in what they sound like. And again, you listen to it, whatever sounds right for what you're trying to do, that's what you do. Okay, the rest are straightforward. The 6, just find the 6th interval. Say in the key of A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could try to play it there. It's a little bit tough, but 6 chord, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's look at E a little bit. Say we want to play E second. That's easy enough. Here's E second, right there. A fourth, suspended fourth. Trying to play the fourth, if you use that as a fourth, that's about your only other option. Otherwise, you can't really stretch up there, so that's not going to work. And the more you experiment around, the more you'll find different combinations. It's a never-ending thing. You're not going to learn all the chords right away. The more you play, and once we get into using bar chords, same thing applies. If this is an E suspended fourth here, then go up. Here's a G. If this is a C, then here, C, A form. Okay, that should pretty much cover you on lesson 6.